of our grand finals for coverage today from Jubilee Park. The grandstand is full, the hill is full, the commentary box is full, and we're ready for what should be a ripping grand final to kick off grand final day.
Yeah, this is probably could be almost the pick of the grand finals. I don't want to go off too early, but these two clubs, powerhouse clubs, it wasn't that long ago that Sharks and the Magpies were like cellar dwellers, but now these two clubs are setting the standard, and it's absolutely amazing to see the Sharks and Magpies match up, Gab.
Yeah, it's going to be a great game. West had a fantastic win in the semi-final in drop-off, and Sharks had a comprehensive win in their semi-final. So coming in from two different areas in terms of how they went in their semi-finals, but it's going to be a great game.
The Sharks in their sky blue, black and white. The Magpies in the traditional black and white. We're ready for the first of our grand finals. The 16 boys. As we mentioned, the semi-final was a thriller for the Magpies, scoring late in the game to steal victory.
That was a great end, wasn't it, Mike? And this is like almost like the jewel in the crown for these clubs. Just sort of looking through the, we were talking about it earlier in the days that they're putting like their elite, their highest performance coaches into these programs. On the Cronulla side, we've got Gary Toohey, Brian Thompson. On the west side, Milad Almaui, Michael Giacona. Like these are the greats of our games. Being involved.
And there'll be some nerves running through both teams, I'd imagine. I know for the Cronulla boys, there's some boys probably in their first grand final at State Cup. So it's been a great effort by their coach to bring them together from two different ages, and they've played amazing all weekend.
Yeah, they're really strong programs. Gab, I was mentioning, I think it might have been yesterday, that because of the double age group, sometimes you might have like a 14-year-old boy in the 16. So he's like the coaching crew have got to really upskill him quickly. Yeah,
they do. They really do. In this situation, I think there's probably half a dozen of the boys that are a year young, and possibly similar for West as well.
So we're ready. West will start play in the under-16 boys grand final. This is for all the chocolates, for all the glory. This is the one they've been waiting all year for. The under-16 boys decider. It's the Toohey Cup, and we are away.
Of which Katrina Toohey's son Logan is playing. Oh, it's not the Toohey Cup.
No, I was going to say.
That's in the 16 girls.
Okay, I've got the wrong one on my screen. Apologies there.
Unless it's Gary. Did Gary get a division? He might have.
He might claim it now.
He might claim it from the missus, his better half. All right, here we go. That's Matter with a long ball.
No, it's the Wall Cup. My apologies. Cronulla Sharks have an early possession. Midway between the 10 and the 7. The sun really coming out here at Jubilee Park. The Stars.
The intensity's up straight away, isn't it?
The heat is up both in the grandstand and in the middle. Number 10, Max Fife, takes it over the halfway line. Nice little step there. Tried to beat the line. Does beat the line. Great run there. Oliver Lester. Lester, will he get it down?
Yeah, he's one of the key players in this team, Oliver Lester. He's fast, good pass, and a great step as well.
No try, so not allowed.
Yeah, showed good composure there, but Lester didn't panic. He just didn't have the support, unfortunately, but he was nice and calm, and hopefully we'll see a bit more from the young fella.
West on the counter-attack up towards halfway, getting reinforcements on the field. Over the halfway line, that's a great run there. Luke Abu-Zeid, he's on in the number 60 jersey. There's Christian Azzi, the playmaker in 77. He's had a whale of a tournament. His effort in the semi-final to lift them over the line was outstanding. Azzi has the ball, goes himself, got it away. Had Abu-Zeid on the inside, but just couldn't reach him.
Yeah, who are the ones to watch on the Shark side? Because we had the Magpies play earlier as the TV game, and we saw Christian and I think it was Matter and Michael, is it? Have I got the right list there? They were strong. How about on the Shark side? Who should we look out for?
I'd have to say their captain, Logan Toohey, who I will say is my nephew, but he's been playing amazing all weekend. And we've also got Caden Thompson, and probably Oliver Lester would be the top three, I would say, coming into this game for the Sharks.
Magpies on the attack on the 7-metre line. They get a penalty here.
Yeah, I think it was Michael Ducador. He was the one I was trying to get my head around. He's got the ball at the moment.
And Emmanuel Lagos as well.
Yeah, and him with Christian Azzi. So, there's lots of players there to watch when you're at home.
Here's a chance for the Magpies. The dive was cut short. Good tag there on Ducador. He'll play it on the 7.
I'm
Yeah,
guessing
that was
once they
Logan,
get to
wasn't it?
this
Yeah.
level for grand finals, it requires a whole team effort. So every one of the 14 players,
Sinker ball out wide. Try ball. Wests are in.
forward pass.
Oh, it's been called back, has
I'm
it?
calling it forward.
And she's got it right.
Gab, you got to watch Mikey. He calls the tries a little bit early. But no, that was forward, and it actually was forward. So good call from the referees, good pick up.
That's why they're in the middle and I'm up here.
Yeah, I'll second that, Mike. But I think that was a good save there. I think it was the number 76. Was that Tui? I think we did.
Yeah, that was
talking
young
about him.
Logan again.
Yeah, good defence.
Now the Sharks on the counter-attack. Thompson gave it to Lester. Lester in open space, had a man on the outside. That one went forward. Penalty goes to West. Magpies have it, no score, 8 1/4 gone. 8 1/4 left in the first half of this under-16 boys grand final for 2023.
That might
World
be a
Cup on the
penalty.
line, that will be a penalty.
There's nothing in it to start the game yet.
As we see the Magpies just inside their own 10. That's Joseph Matter, plays it as he gives it off to Caden Kanan. Now just rolling upfield, that's Jared Kanani's brother. Looking for the touch on the just outside the 7. As he Matter. They've been instrumental for the Magpies getting them to the final. Can they repeat the dose once again? Might only take one score to get them home here in the grand final. They did it the hard way against Penrith in a thrilling semi-final. As he showed it, did he get it away? No. Touch was made, turnover.
Yeah, what was really strong there in the Sharks' defence is they didn't bite in. Christian, as he was looking for them to shut down, but they just sort of hedged a bit or held off a little bit, allowed the play to unfold in front of him. Great defence from the Sharks.
Yeah, that was their link on that occasion, Thomas Powell, who's quite new to the game. I think this is his first Junior State Cup, but a great effort there.
Now on the attack, Tui gives it out wide on the right-hand side. Found Zane Pisani, but the ball went to ground. They get 6 more here, the Sharks.
Yeah, one of their underage players there in Zane Pisani in the link. There's 3 underage players on right at the moment in both wingers and the far link.
So
That's a credit to the Sharks program. How do you come in as a first-timer and have this sort of level of play?
Yeah, they came up from the 14s last year and they had a good tournament last year, but Gary and Brian have done an excellent job gelling this team over the past few months.
Now the Sharks have the ball on the 7. Tui directing traffic. Goes himself out of dummy half. Fired it wide. Pisani for the winger in the corner. He can't hold on to that. Turnover ball, 6 minutes remaining first half. No score in the grand final.
Yeah, great D there from Westgate. What I'd like to see from Sharks is probably a little bit more heads-up play. I felt like they had them beat on the inside, but they sort of rolled through the move.
Agree. I think they did have them beat and then kind of overplayed it, giving West a chance to recover in defence.
Yeah, so that might be something Tomo or Gary pick up in the box. Would you give those instructions throughout the game or wait till half-time?
Oh, I think knowing Gary and Brian, they're very calm in the box, but they'll be giving a few tips as they go along. Both very smart components of the game.
As we see Cronulla with the ball on the 10-metre line, west side of the ground. Number 5, Jordan Barlow.
I think the flow of this game, Mike, suits Sharks. We saw in the semi, West had that upbeat tempo, the energetic, the yelling and yeah, and, really energetic. This is a bit more of a subdued grand final, and I think that's playing into Cronulla's hands at the moment if they can execute well. So that might be something West correct at half-time.
I think you mentioned it in the semi-final, Jason, that West might have played their grand final a game early.
Yeah, and sometimes you can get overexcited, but hopefully the Sharks just stick to their game as we find there. Well done, young Cooper Penman. Got a change over on that occasion.
The error comes from the Magpies on the attack. Now Sharks have it.
He's small in stature, Cooper Penman, our number 14 on the wing here, but don't be deceived. He's very quick and he'll run all day.
You talk about small in stature. I think he makes me look tall, and that's saying something.
He's got a big heart, that young man.
Here it is.
They
Inside,
usually
go
do.
inside.
Lester got it away, but it's gone to ground.
Yeah, a few opportunities that have gone begging. They've got another set of 6, though.
That'd be
They've got their 2 key playmakers on in the middle there in Tui and Lester.
I think the West are going to have to do well to hold him out here. I think Cronulla's well positioned to get one here, particularly if they can bite in.
Cooper played it. We've got the
Number 15 for the Sharks, Elijah Wells, hits a great hole.
He almost did it there, running onto the gap. Tui on the inside, almost gave the ball away, decided to hold on to it. Tui's directing traffic nicely. Goes himself back on the inside. The touch was made. Penalty to West there for a forward pass. So they get out of jail there, the Magpies. 3.5 minutes remaining first half. Still no score in the grand final. Wests and Cronulla, a bit of a sloppy play the ball there. Referee said it was okay. Just short of the halfway line now as they roll over. Bustani getting some momentum here. Lagos picking up the tempo for the Magpies. Now it's Bustani again, got it away. Intercept for Cronulla. The Sharks are away and racing.
Yeah, got an intercept in the semi, Elijah Cooper.
Great touch there from Elijah Cooper. He looks like he's pulled up a little bit lame there, the number 15, but
it was a good read. He actually saved the try, ignoring the intercept for a moment. West looked like they're in for all money. Great read from Cooper.
Yeah, he can find an intercept, young Elijah. He did it in the semi-final and ran the length, so I'm sure his legs are getting a bit tired now.
As we see the Sharks on the attack again, Barlow plays it on the 7. Approaching 2.5 minutes remaining first half. No score in the grand final. The World Cup goes to the winner. They dive out of dummy half. No, it'll be a turnover.
Don't give away a penalty there. They're very lucky to get away without giving away a penalty.
I think so. There's so much talent on the field, Gab. I just want to get your thoughts as a comparison. Like if you look at the West side, because they've got like the Premier League program, and we've seen some of the juniors come through. You know, players like Junior Catalano. You know, one of the the ones to watch. Great players of the game coming through these junior programs. Yeah. So West has sort of got a bit of a pipeline through. So you can imagine Christian Azzi maybe being a Junior Catalano tomorrow. With Sharks, what's the gap before we start seeing these come through?
Well, funny enough, the 18 boys, we did get some Vorden Cup team going this year and for State Cup in the men's first division, as we see a good touch there from young Max. But the plan is at Cronulla to get a men's Premier League team within the next couple of years. And we've got enough young local talent in the 16s and 18s coming through that I really think we're a good chance of that. And they're very keen touch players as well.
Yeah, because that's the thing that surprised me, like being out of the game for a little bit and coming back, is this is almost like watching men's for me. Like they're so talented. So hopefully the transition between 14, 16s, 18s boys into the senior programs is a bit quicker maybe than what it used to be.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for. And given they can play that first and second division, get a few of the more experienced players to... So we see Logan Tui with a great pass there.
Over the top, couldn't be held. West's holding on in defence, just over 60 seconds to the break.
But I know the boys, they are keen, the 18 boys, and mixed with some of these boys are keen to have men's Premier League back on the table at Cronulla Sharks in the next few years.
Well, they've definitely got the ability, and I don't want to sort of like, hopefully my prediction comes true. I think the second half's going to be totally different because I think these players are settled in a bit. It's a grand final, as you said. A lot of them, it's their first grand final. I think being to have a chance to get your breath back, get some words of wisdom from the experienced coaches, I'm expecting the second half to be totally different. I doubt it's going to be 0-0
I don't think we'll see a 0-0. I hope not, because I had a bet with my older son that we would not see a 0-0 score in the grand final today.
Well, we're on track for a 0-0 half-time scoreline. Whether you get the half-time, full-time double or not remains to be seen. Sharks trying to rectify that before the break. Thompson played it. Long ball out wide.
Good hands, Cooper Star.
Touch was made by West on Star. They come back to the open side right now. There's the hooter in the background for Thompson. That's the siren. They've heard the hooter, so that's half-time in the under-16 boys grand final. No score on the board at the break. Cronulla and Wests in the decider. The winner gets the World Cup.
Yeah, I was just reflecting on that first half with Gab off air for a second there. I actually think any plays, like often we'll say like against the flow or against the grain. So you might have a sweeper to the left side of the field, give it early from the ground, maybe get it back, or dummy the sweeper and go back and throw the ball the other way. I think those sorts of plays.
Yeah, you want to. Sometimes it's obviously best to be unpredictable. And I think what you're saying there, Jace, is that the defence is trying to get a step ahead and read what's going to happen. So if you can kind of go against the grain or do what they're least expecting, you might be a chance to sneak through for a try.
Yeah, I think so. So if I was in the Sharks box, I guess I'd be looking for that sort of a little bit clever type plays, to get West guessing. If I'm on the West side, from what we saw earlier, I just think it's energy. I think West can upset Sharks if they're powering down the field, dropping the ball for Azzy and Matter. I think that's where they look good. So I think it's contrasting styles, and I think that's what we're going to see.
Yeah, I think you're right. We might see breakout one way or the other in the second half, but I'm sure the West coach will be telling them to increase their energy and try and out-enthuse the Sharks. Whereas on this side of the box, I'm sure Gary and Cato will tell him to keep the intensity but still remain calm and stick to their processes that have worked all weekend for them.
Yeah, I think so. And they have I'm not sure I think this is one of the bigger divisions. I think it might have been 23 teams or something like it's one of the bigger divisions, 16 boys. I think to sort of be up for the whole 3 days is not really practical. So you're going to go up and down.
Yeah, you have those lulls.
Yeah.
So it's a good game. I can't pick this one yet.
No, this is a tough one to line up. Which way this will go?
Come on, Mike. Surely you've got a spreadsheet there somewhere that says who's going to be the winner.
Oh, geez. Based on what we saw in the semi-final, I'm not going to bite that one, Jason. I'm not going to bite that.
Loves the spreadsheet, Mike. Colour-coded.
What we saw in the semi-final, I'm going to tip West, but by a fingernail as we get underway for the second half of this under-16 boys grand final.
Who are you tipping, Jace? We know who I'm tipping.
You can't leave me hanging there, Jason. Come on, you've got to put it out there.
I think can I be cheeky and do it if?
No.
I think if West get loud and pick the energy up, they'll win. If they don't, Sharks will win because I think Sharks have got a bit more
on the line,
structure about them.
On the line, which way's it going? Intercept. Magpies are away over the 10.
No, it's a penalty to Sharks.
They've called it back.
I think he was home there if it was all free. My son, Billy Rose, was giving chase, but he had a bit of a head start on him. Get out of jail free there for the Sharks.
Okay, put it on the line, Jason. Who wins?
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Got to make a call.
3 seconds.
Magpies,
okay.
And Jason Sanders just gone rolling off the back of the commentary box.
It's all good fun.
Here we
now
go.
They're in. The Sharks are in.
You owe me that one. As soon as I said Magpies, the Sharks
commentator's curse.
A great try.
Just confirm that was Billy Rose.
No, that was Oliver Lester scored on that occasion.
Okay, Lester gets in.
2 to Lester.
No, that was very, very clever. Almost like, I'd almost say unexpected. I didn't expect Sharks to be cutting back like that. That was excellent.
Very good play there. We have seen that a fair few times this morning with those two players, and it's worked very successfully. And just how quickly the game can change. West were down for an intercept. We're going to run the length, and yet now it's 3-0 to the Sharks. Let's see how West responds here.
So should be strong. Sorry, Mike. I particularly like how quick Leicester got down, like getting under the defence. That was very sharp.
This might spark the Magpies into attack. Sinker ball wide. Got it back on the inside. That was beautiful football. Ducador gets it down. 3-2. Sharks lead. Magpies strike back.
Great play by the winger there for West.
Yeah, the inside ball. And that, to me, that try again, that's similar to the Sharks one. That's a bit unexpected. Sharks can handle that in their defence. And I think probably maybe a lapse in concentration after their try, because I think they've been so solid with the defence throughout the tournament.
Yeah, you really want to make that stop after you've scored. But in this format of 3-2, Sharks have still got their noses in front.
We had a thrilling semi-final with the Magpies. Can they reproduce the goods? They led on that occasion. They had to score to win it. Can they do it again in the big one? The trophy's on the line this time around. Sharks on the back on the inside. Touch was made. Max Fife diving for the line. Great touch on the line. 7 metres out.
Yeah, sharp play there. I think that's Logan Tui. He looks really sharp.
He's been very impressive. Step through the line. It'll be a turnover. Touch was made.
Another good touch there. That was Joseph on that occasion for the Western Suburbs team. They need to get to their box here, West. But the Cronulla Sharks are pressing forward, trying to keep them in their own half.
3 minutes gone, second half. 2 tries, one apiece.
There's the error they needed.
They got the result. That's something that the coaches really like, whether we might be called pressing or shooting, or the whole idea is to get up and not roll. And Sharks got the result there. Yeah,
it was a big effort. And when you're tired, it's hard to put those efforts in, but they did a really good job on that occasion.
Sharks hold a 1-point lead. We've got 8 minutes remaining in the grand final. 3-2 the scoreline. Sharks over Magpies. Mike Sheen, Jason Stanton, Gab Rose with you from Jubilee Park in Wagga. This is the first of our grand finals. We'll finish with the two co-main events, the 18 girls and the 18 boys from 1 p.m. today. Stay with us on Bar TV and through the social media channels. Hope you're enjoying the coverage out of Wagga as we bring you all the Southern Junior State Cup action. An error there, not
Great
played
defence
straight.
there by West. That whole set of 6, they were like a brick wall.
That might give the Magpies the chance they were looking for to get to the box. But the Sharks' defence has again been up in their face. They get 3 and 4 on this time. Now they roll to the box nicely. West's much better from the Magpies over the halfway line.
Got a 7 on, I think.
That's going to be a penalty.
Or
Too
maybe
many
a
men.
forward pass. No, 7 on.
Too many on the field. Too many men.
Frustrating penalty over there for the West box, I'm sure.
Yeah, so Cronulla's had a couple early turnovers from West to get the ball, so they've got to capitalise that and try and turn that into a score here if they can.
Yeah, they definitely need to try and get an advantage here. They've had all the run of play this second half. Got a lucky pass away there.
Yeah, Cooper Penman shoveled it away nanoseconds before he was touched and would have been a turnover to the Magpies. Now Tui directing traffic. Bit too young to be on Tarrant Point Road, but he's certainly directing traffic. Goes short side, they go to the right of the West defence. The touch was made. Back to
Nice
the 7
work
they
there
come.
by Luke Jenkins.
Back to the right-hand side, Tui.
Oh,
That's
he's straight
beautiful.
through. No, he's
No, they're going to
claimed
say
the touch.
turnover.
Christian Azzi.
That was two of the champions coming together there. Tui
dummy
and
half.
Azzy.
He got
Sharks.
one back on him there. The game has definitely increased its intensity this second half, and we're about halfway through.
This is
5:40.
like third set, Mike. Third
Yeah.
set for the Sharkies. They've got to get a score, I think.
Yeah, third set, 4 all, 30 all if you don't mind. Tui will play it on the 7.
So these are those swings I think you spoke about earlier, Gab, where Sharks have really got to get the score here and they win the grand final right on this set. If they don't, then all of a sudden it could swing back.
Yeah, that's right. Agree. There's a turning point in this set of 6.
Tui
Another set.
knocked
They'll be
down.
coming their way right now. Number 9 there from West.
Jared
Jared.
Kanan.
Stuck the big hand out to prevent a try.
I really like that play, but that sweep into one side coming back. I really like that. I think they had West on toast there if the ball could have got through.
Yeah, they'll be trying to condition them here with a few different plays and then run their trick play as an option at the end of the set. But defence from West, to their credit, though, we get another penalty here.
That was for
They're
offside.
sustaining good pressure at this point, but we'll see how long they can do that for. I don't think they moved up off the line on that
No,
occasion.
that was Jared Kanan on that occasion. I could see the referee talking to him, telling him to move up in the line, and the referee wasn't happy with what he was doing. Now they go left-hand side.
That's a try, I think. He's going to rule the try.
Yes, they're going to say all
Young
fair.
Luke Jenkins.
All fair for the Sharks. They go out to a 5-2 lead.
And that played out perfectly for the Sharks. And nice patience showed by the Sharks there to just keep controlling the ball, keep sustained pressure on the Magpies, and they got the result.
Yeah, they haven't made many errors this half, the Sharks, but yeah, great dive there by another of their underage players in Luke Jenkins, who's got a great turn of speed as well and showed his diving skills on that occasion.
So we see the Sharks on the defensive now. Cronulla having to defend. West on the attack. Nice dive. The touch was made.
I'm not sure if he's called him onside, has he?
No, he's called him on. I was just crunching my face up because to me it's just happening so fast, and sometimes the players are a step over the line, a step back, and it's going so quick, and putting pressure on both defensive lines. That could have gone either way. That one
could have gone either way. It was good recovery by Oliver Lester, and they're starting to get a little bit frustrated there.
Perfect.
West,
This is what
which
Sharks
is exactly
want.
what the Sharks will be looking for, and it's winding the clock down.
Exactly, and this is where the first score being worth 3 is something a little bit of a different dynamic. So West are going to have to score twice now to
That's
win
right.
the game. So Sharks, this is from this point, it's all about being calm, controlling the ball, and making sure West start every set from their own try line.
Yeah, and on the other side of the coin, West are going to have to try and come up, get an error out of the Sharks to give themselves some time on the line.
Caden Kanan was the man who drew
They're
the
just
ire of
following
the
their
crowd.
processes perfectly at the Sharks.
Now they're on the attack here. Sharks once again. Weaver in the 99. That's a long ball going his way. The touch was made, so it'll be a turnover to Wests.
Good defence there. I think it was number 60 in Luke Abuzid.
He's got the ball right now. They go to the outside, finding...
Good touch by Weaver, Jarvis Weaver. That's Billy Rose.
Amadeo. Now Wests down that eastern touch line. Back on the open side left, Jared Canaan finds...
It's a better set for West.
Yeah,
I
was going to mention, I think, like, West probably are not... we're not seeing the performance that we saw in the semi, but I think that's because Sharks are actually controlling the game, controlling the tempo. So it's one thing to say, well, how come West are not upbeat and energetic? Well, Sharks are controlling the ball.
Yeah, they're not giving them anything, are they? It's mistake-free at the moment. I don't want to give a commentator's curse, but they've got a penalty here, and it's a forced sub, which is going to make matters worse. That was his second hard touch.
Second hard touch. Well, the first one was actually for throwing the ball back
Correct.
to the player a little too forcefully, and then a hard touch. So two in quick succession for Caden Canaan. He goes to the sideline.
This is turning out. I think Sharks have probably done enough to win this, and this is turning out to be a really, really big sort of accolade for the club. 16 boys. That's one of the prime divisions.
Here's a chance for them. The touch was
another
made.
good dive, but a great touch there on that occasion by Michael Bustani.
Got there just in the nick of time, Bustani. That's a good piece of play on Elijah Cooper. Now Wests. Can they go back to the open side?
They need a miracle try here in this set of 6, I think, West, to try and claw their way back in.
Well, they've got Christian Azzi. Can he spark something? He's got the ball. Not at the moment. That's Bustani taking it forward. Now it's Azzi over the 10-metre line. Draws the contact. Bustani. Now, do they want Azzi? No, they're going to go to Jared Canaan. Azzi with a long ball over the top.
My heart's pumping here as a proud mother and auntie of my own son and 2 nephews in this team with 45 seconds to go.
It's amazing. We've had lots of references, if you can just quickly unpack it a bit for us, about touch being such a great sport from a family point of view, like brothers and sisters, mums and dads, former players, everyone getting involved. So in this Sharks setup, we often talk about West as being a family club. Well, this team's very much family as well.
Very much family. 25 seconds to go, and I know my own mum, Nana June, will be at home watching. She's had 10 grandkids playing this weekend, 3 in this final, and she'll be sitting at home extremely proud right at this point.
The touch was made.
With 15 seconds to go and probably a penalty for giving the ball away here. Sharks have just got to hold it for a couple more touches.
Yeah, so we've got the countdown from the crowd here. The Sharks rise into greatness here in the stadium.
That will be it. The final play will come. There's the siren in the background. The referee says we'll take the touch. We'll make the play to make it all official. The World Cup heads to the Shire. Sharks are premiers in 16 boys. A 5-2 victory over Wests.
Look at this. I know you can't see it on your screen. There's an absolute sea of blue in the grandstand. The black, white and blue. Top of the tree, and Gab Rose there next to me. She's got a smile like from ear to ear like a split watermelon.
That's it.
I'm not often lost for words, but on this occasion I am. I'm very proud of our club. It's a great family club, and all the boys and the coaches and every one of those boys in that team have put in a great effort. So congratulations to them all.
The next game is the under-14 girls grand final, Balmain and Hills.